The way an insurance company defines a disability is super important when buying a disability insurance policy. I'll cover 3 of the most common definitions: own occupation, any occupation, and modified own occupation. A true own occupation, or OWN-OCC, is the broadest definition of a disability that a policy can have and offers the most protection. It pays you the full benefit if you can't perform your specific duties or specialty, even if you're employed somewhere else. The language varies depending on the company, but a common definition is you're not able to perform the material and substantial duties of your occupation, even if you're gainfully employed in another occupation. If you meet the definition of total disabled and you become employed in another occupation, your total disability benefit will not be affected by any new income from the new occupation, regardless of the amount. True own occupation policies will be the most expensive, but for those with high paying and/or highly specialized careers like a doctor, attorney, or financial professional, having a policy with this definition is essential. If you're a doctor and an injury or illness prevents you from performing the primary tasks of your job, you will likely be eligible for your benefits under this disability plan. You'll also be able to get another job, perhaps being a medical director or a professor, and still being considered disabled and eligible for benefits. Any occupation, or any OCC definition, is the opposite of the OWN-OCC definition of a disability, and it's the strictest. You will only receive benefits if you can't work in any capacity for which you're reasonably suited to work in. An any OCC policy may say you're unable, due to illness or injury, perform all the substantial and material duties of any occupation for which you're fitted by education, training, and experience. It only pays benefits if you can't perform work reasonably suited to you. So what does reasonably suited mean? The insurance company will assess whether you can find a job that, number 1, you're qualified to perform based on skills and education. Number 2, pays a minimum percentage of what you earned prior to the disability. A typical level is 60% of your pre-disability wages. Number 3, is it located within a reasonable distance from your home? Number 4, will the new job allow you to attend scheduled appointments and treatments? And number 5, will your doctor sign off for you to perform this new job? Any OCC policies typically cost less than policies with other disability definitions, offer the least amount of coverage. With that being said, who might consider buying an any OCC policy? People who work in lower paying jobs that don't require specialized skills. That's because a disability that prevents them from working their normal job will likely keep them from working at all. This could include professions in retail, customer service, hospitality, or janitorial industries. People in highly skilled, high-paying professions should not get this type of policy because a disability that prevents you from working in your chosen field won't necessarily keep you from performing other work. Modified own occupation, or modified own-OCC, also called own occupation not engaged. This means that you receive benefits when you can't work in your own occupation, you're totally disabled, and you choose not to work in another profession. If you decide to work in another profession, benefits do not continue. You would live off your benefit check, or you would go back to work full-time in a different occupation without your benefit check. And any OCC policy differs in that it will deny you claims if you can work in another profession, but you choose not to. The policy language may say the insured is totally disabled when both unable to perform the principal duties of the regular occupation and not gainfully employed in any occupation. If the insured can perform one or more of the principal duties of the regular occupation, the insured is not totally disabled. Some insurance companies offer hybrid policies that combine own-OCC with any OCC coverage. If you become disabled under the total disability provision, you may be eligible for own-OCC coverage only for a period of time, and then the coverage switches to any OCC. The length of time before the policy switches over is defined in your policy. The bottom line is that the definition of a disability in your policy is incredibly important, and it varies depending upon the insurance company, so be sure to read your policy carefully and ask questions. The own-OCC definition is the most desirable but most expensive, and the any OCC definition is the strictest but the least expensive. If an injury or illness prevents you from working, your disability definition could be the difference between receiving the benefits or not receiving any at all. No matter what job or income you have, it's important to consult an independent disability insurance agent to help you find the best definition of a disability for your coverage needs. I'm Kelly Augsperger with Steadfast Insurance, and if you have any questions or want to learn more, connect with me online or give me a call and I'm happy to help.